I'm here in Kyoto in Japan, and I've been wandering around this same neighborhood for hours. I go through an area, I see a woman pass me. I can't really speak to her because I don't speak Japanese, and I'm trying to get somewhere, but I just end up circling back around, going through the same neighborhood over and over again. And I was wondering if you could help me because I need to get home. I've got stuff to do back in the UK. I can't just wander around in a kimono lost in the same neighborhood. Is what I would say if I was really here, but actually I'm playing a computer game. I know you thought it was real. The new BiteMe game's Anomaly game, Kyoto Anomaly. See, look, I'm not even really here. It's actually a cleverly rendered three-dimensional environment. So we're in Kyoto. I think we're in a sort of retro-styled bit of modern Kyoto, I think, because these look electric. I'm going to go back the wrong way. You should always go the wrong way first. It's the law of video games. So if you're unfamiliar with Anomaly games, it is like a spot the difference that you walk through and you try and notice something out of the ordinary each time. Yeah, it's basically a game about being reincarnated over and over again and petting a cat. So I think it's a really cool theme to use for this type of game because we've got all the associations with all of the kind of Japanese ghost films like Ringu and stuff like that. Hello again. Hi. We're kind of voting with our feet here to say whether we saw an anomaly or not. I think that geisha having red eyes was an anomaly of some sort. So I'm going to go through the anomaly door. Atmosphere is great. I hadn't actually played one of these, and I was pleasantly surprised by this one. I was maybe expecting something a bit more traditional horror, and I got something a little bit different, and I enjoyed what I got. But the most important thing is that there's a cat, and you can interact with a cat. And it does that. This looks like it might open. And we've got this little garden over here. So I need to make sure I check this each time, because he might have an anomaly that occurs specifically in here. I don't think there was an anomaly that time. So I'm going to go that way. Yeah, I'm a big fan of games that sort of explore a single location in a lot of depth. Okay, so I guess there's a coin to look for each time I come through. And that maybe encourages me to not just go straight through each time.
I hope this works. Just need to keep going.
I just want to go to Hokanji. I just want to get there. I really think setting this in a place that's like kind of in the real world, representing a real place, and like putting you in a position of being a tourist so you maybe feel a bit uncomfortable already is a really good setup. Now this time we've got these red splodges. Have you been doing graffiti painting around here? There's a trail of crime and it leads right to you. She stashed the paint somewhere. Okay, I think the paint is an anomaly, so I'm going to go down the anomaly route. Okay, it's gone to 700. So it goes down 100 each time we get it right. See, in that neighborhood back there, there was someone that looked a bit like you that had just done a crime, but I can see you are a law-abiding citizen. It's very atmospheric. I'm enjoying the pacing. I sort of get the general gist of this kind of subgenre of horror games. If they're like this in general, then I quite like it because it helps solve the pacing problem that I see with a lot of indie horror games where basically there's no point where the game isn't trying to scare you. And this is just kind of mood and atmosphere, and if something weird happens now, it's going to feel really weird because it's taken a while to happen, right? It's not just throwing me straight into stuff that's trying to scare me straight away. So it's definitely doing good stuff from what I've seen so far. And so having this kind of thing where you need to watch for subtle differences is neat, because it allows the atmosphere to build and build and build. And I've just said subtle differences, and now I know the next one is going to have the most audacious anomaly in it. Is that an anomaly, or is that just a phone call?
It's worth a shot, right?
It's like I'm in a haunted Shenmue level. I'm going to say the phone was an anomaly, even though it wasn't necessarily a supernatural thing happening. It was just a phone ringing. Look, that's a thing you want to see a doctor about. See, now I'm in a habit of finding the coin every time. I want to always find the coin, but you can't always find the coin. Right, no anomaly this time. Ah, there it is. I feel like now I'm in a habit of coming to the shrine. Having an anomaly at the shrine is gonna crap me up if that happens at some point. Well, the fog is a anomaly. Jordan in the chat said looking for something specific while trying to notice subtle changes is a fun challenge. It does, it sort of hurts your brain a little bit because they're kind of conflicting things. Ah, dear. It is the back rooms, yeah. He only wanted to go to Hello Kitty Land. Did you do this? I'm sure the machine isn't designed to take ceremonial wishing coins. Yeah, that would be the killer feature, would be to be able to use this in the machine. I don't like this place. I'm going to assume that was an anomaly. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Were his eyes always blue? I have a sneaking suspicion that the cat has changed, but I might be completely wrong. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion that the cat has changed colour, whether it's his eyes or its fur. I'm going to go with my gut feeling, because I feel like this is the realm of gut feeling.
I just need to keep going.
Okay, no, that is what the cat normally looks like, but I got it right, so I missed some other anomaly. I feel like these were all dark. Oh, I'm going mad. The game is gaslighting me. I'm going to go with my gut again, and if this feels different, then maybe it is different, and I'm just going to let the hunch lead me. I've had two now where I knew there was an anomaly, but the thing I thought was an anomaly was not what the anomaly was, because I went back and checked it, and it's not actually the thing that had changed. Like, I thought it was the cat, and I thought it was the lights. So I've missed anomalies, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I saw them, just didn't consciously register them. Yeah, so some of the anomalies are quite subtle. And I think because when you see some of them and they're supernatural, like the woman's eyes being a weird colour and stuff like that, and the twisting head, you sort of are looking out for supernatural things. And sometimes it's just, there is a normal thing that is not in the right place. When you're kind of tuning your brain to look for weird things, actually some of the things aren't weird, they're mundane, they just don't fit the pattern. And having to think between both of those different types of things is really interesting. I was not expecting something that subtle. I was expecting something a lot more in your face. But then again, I haven't played games of this type before. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. The ones I missed were the hanging body and the vending machine, I think. It's just sort of hurting my brain a bit now. Well, you said I was right in front of it, right? So I must have sort of seen it, not seen it consciously, got the feeling that something was wrong, and then attributed it to something else, which is that would be the video title. This game turned me into a paranoid schizophrenic. Elderly streamer goes nuts. I feel sort of sold on the genre now as well. You know, if someone sent me a list of horror games and one of them had the word Anomaly in the title, I would be more likely to pick that now, because I know it's more likely to be this kind of thing rather than just like there is blood on everything, which I don't mind. I just find it a bit uninspired, you know. Well, while everyone's here, let's workshop some anomalies, guys. Let's come up with some. The first one is like this: like the player walks in, right, and I'm just sort of up here. That's my guest anomaly.